Do it with Chomp.
What's up, folks? Chomp McD's and Things here, and I'm going to show you how to get a professional quality paint job out of the cheapest possible gun you can find. The purple HVLP gun from Harbor Freight. This is Do It with Chomp, and I'm Chomp, so let's do it. Alright, so first things first, we're going to assume that any body work that needed to be done is already done at this point. And you're just going to take some sandpaper. I believe I started out with some 600 grit here. Just lightly run the sandpaper across. I try to go in the same direction as to not leave any crosshatch scratches that might come through the paint. And there's just me giving it a light sand down after all the body work's been done, or any kind of primer or anything that I needed to put on there. Then I've got the gray sponge here, which is about a 800 to 1,000 grit. So you can pick one of these up at an auto parts store. I highly recommend it. It's good for getting corners and edges and things like that. Then I just took my air and blew off around the edges and, basically the whole panel really. Try to get any dust that might be freed up while you're spraying and getting your paint. Then you take that wax and grease remover, spray it on there, and get you a microfiber cloth and wipe it off. And that's what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. And here are the settings for the gun. Okay, so first up, we've got the fan pattern. Now, with it opened all the way, turn the knob around until you almost, basically a complete full turn. So I've got a little mark right here. I've been practicing this with all sorts of stuff. So, I started right here. You can see where the little needle or the little pointer is. And I turned it around till basically right before you get to this little swoopy thing right here. Second thing is the fluid control. Now make a mark, close it in all the way, and then make a mark going straight up, showing that it's closed in all the way. So I've got a little mark here, and you want to open this 1, 2, 3. So that's 3, and then over to the side is 1/4. So 3 full turns plus a quarter right here. And then also you want to make sure that the pressure at the gun is 30 psi when you squeeze the trigger halfway. Boom, 30. Boom, 30. So all I'm doing is squeezing the trigger halfway, and I'm getting 30 psi at the trigger. So using those settings, you want to dust on a first coat. This is a light coat. You're literally just dusting it on. You're gonna want to put a heavier coat on the first time. You really are gonna want to try to cover everything up, but don't. Okay, this is a process. You don't want to glob it on there the first go around. Just dust it on so it looks all beady like that. Your next coat will fill in between those beads. Okay, so here's me throwing the second coat on there, and as you can see, it looks like it's going on a little bit heavier. I'm going just a tad bit slower with my movements here, with the way I'm moving the gun, just a little bit slower, but it's starting to fill in all the little nooks and crannies. And right there you can see when it's dried a little bit, it actually looks like it's got a little clear on it. And this is my final coat. This is the third coat. I'm going a lot slower now, but I haven't changed the settings on the gun at all. I'm just being mindful to not leave any runs. I've got a rag wrapped around the gun, by the way, because it was dripping a little bit, and I didn't want to drip any paint and leave any runs in the paint. So here, I'm just spraying on the base coat of paint, and I'm nice and evenly. I'm overlapping, maybe around 50%, something like that. But it's not really a thick coat because I was putting on 3. I didn't have to worry too much about putting on a big heavy coat, and leaving runs or anything. But just be mindful to get in all the cracks and everything. But you will fill in everything. It will be a nice even coat by the time you're finished with all 3 coats. And just, don't put too much. If you miss anything, you can go back. And then here's me putting on the clear. And now this is a different gun. This is the silver Wal-Mart gun. This is the cheap Wal-Mart gun that I'm using to put on the clear. And I've got the settings set exactly the same except for the pressure. The pressure is higher on the clear coat gun. It's between 35 and 40. And I am going a little bit faster because of the change in pressure. I'm able to move just a little bit faster. So, but I'm already getting a really good coat on there just with the first coat. And here's me, laying down that second coat, and I don't mind saying spraying the clear is where the satisfaction comes in. I mean, it really starts to look nice, you know. It feels good going on. It feels like you're doing something, you're getting something done, you know. It goes everywhere. You're gonna have overspray flying all over your garage, and you're gonna get dust in your paint. There's no getting around that. I'm gonna put up a video showing you how to denib the dust though, so don't worry about it. But yeah, check that out. Looks pretty good. There's me with my reflection. You can see all the dust in there, but I've got factory orange peel on this panel. It looks just like the rest of the truck. Thanks for watching. In my next video, I'll show you how to blend within a panel. In case you screw up a panel while you're painting, you won't have to blend into the door or blend into a quarter panel or anything. You follow my little technique, you'll be able to blend within the same panel as long as it's a solid color and there aren't any metallics in it. So check out my next video. Thanks for hanging out with me.